Shalom. Call halal YAHAWAH'S Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work with truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. To the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, the Israelite foreigners. And to the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson and a heavy heart. Just kind of hurt and upset, which we all should be, being in Babylon. But at the same time, we're happy because we can see that our deliverance is near. But I'm just a little frustrated on a personal level because I finally had got Esau checkmated with this court battle that I've been going back and forth with for quite a long time. And because last week the judge dismissed my case without prejudice, meaning I could bring it back because I hadn't provided proof that I had served the other party with the notice that they were you know, I'm not gonna go into the details, but the truth of the matter is I had served them you know, via certified mail, and the judge, that's why a woman shouldn't be a judge, she dismissed the case before 2 days before the notification that I actually have proof of now, electronic proof and receipts that they got it, that they were served. But she dismissed it 2 days before it got there, and it probably would have gotten there a couple days earlier, but because of the COVID. So it's funny because when you look at the tracking on it, it was, you know, it shows you every station that it went to before it was delivered and had to be signed for. And that's because I actually have them. And it's not even about the money. I could care less about the money. I just want all my licenses back, my business license, my driver's license, you know, all the things that they damn near financially castrated me, man. If it wasn't for the fact that I had skills that were marketable, that I could actually, you know, use my talent given to me from on high, from the things that I've learned to keep a little source of income coming in, I would have had nothing, man. And so now that I've proven that they were wrong, and they have to give me back all this substance that they denied me from making. They did everything in their power to shut it down, just like they're doing everything in their power to keep this information from coming out. So if you're waking up to this and it's early, there was widespread looting downtown Chicago overnight. But you know what came out over the weekend? Hillary Clinton lost her court battle. All right, and you have this video now that's all over the internet with director John Paul Rice, very well known Hollywood director, right? Very well connected, acknowledging all the Pizzagate and the pedophilia, the Satanism in the music and in the Hollywood industry. Also, that the media is all controlled by these very people who hide the information, which is the reason why this rioting took place in Chicago. Because this rioting took place in Chicago to drown out the voices of what you are about to hear. All right, so let me grab a scripture real quick, and then we're gonna play what this Edomite gentleman has to say. But let me go to the scriptures. I believe it's in the book of Jeremiah, because I got the news on in the other room. I never turned it off, so Salaki, if that noise is yeah, this is Jeremiah 49:10, and it reads, "But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not." All right, so Esau is completely exposed. He's exposed now. He can't hide anymore, which is why he's speeding up his plans. All right, and well, you know what? Let's just let it play. Let me check the sound. All right. And there we go.
One more for the day that I found. I can't believe I didn't know this yesterday, but Hillary Clinton lost her court case where she was trying to not testify on her email stuff, saying that it'd be a security breach and all this other nonsense that she tries. She's been trying for 3.5 years. Well, her final appeal finally failed, and yes, she will have to testify under oath come September. And they already have the information, so if she lies, she's fucked. And if she tells the truth, she's fucked. So, Simus, I told you that it was coming, and you wanted to blow smoke up my ass with all your rhetoric and your bullshit. Well, I knew it was coming, and she was going to run out of her appeals eventually, and she pushed it out for, you know, a long ass time, but judge ain't having it. She's going to testify. So this is the domino that we've all been waiting to fall, and Rosenstein was on the hot seat yesterday, and today they talked about subpoenaing Obama's administration on the Flynn stuff and a bunch of other things, one of his many scandals, and it's, you know, going to get voted on. I guess it got delayed for some reason. I ain't figured out why, but that's going to be voted on come Thursday, next Thursday, and yeah, exposing the bullshit from the Democrats and 8 years of Obama and the scandal after scandal after scandal.
But see, it's not just the Democrats, you know. It's the Republican Party, it's the Edomite system in itself. All right, so this bald-faced dude, you're exposed too, man, because you supported that Democratic and Republican and rat-publican system as well. But this is as 2 Ezra 6:6, and it reads, "Then did I consider these things, they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of times?" What's going to be the end of times and the new beginning, all right? "Or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth?" All right, that first world rule was given unto Esau. All right, remember that. All right, and specifically Amalek of the Edomites. Okay, the Amalekites. You know, those 1948ers that, you know, that Ezekiel 36:5 points out. And it reads, "And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob held first the hill of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth." And see, and this is the only thing that's keeping me sane, man, because I'm so angry right now, you know. And how could I not be? If you were in my shoes, you'd be angry too, man, because I've been, you know, we've all been being oppressed. Some brothers in different ways, some brothers a little more than others, but you know, the moment it's like, you know, the moment I'm able to take the mask off and get a little breathing, you know, get a little breath, they slap that chokehold on me again. All right. But, you know, I know that the Lord is coming, man. So let's click to this next video. Let's see. There he is. That's him right there. So we're going to click on that.
Just going to
hold on. Let me go to the portion that I want to hear. I highly suggest that you watch this video. This was put up by the brother Banyana, Understanding, and it's called 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Movie director John Paul Rice, Works of Iniquity, Son of Perdition. Highly suggest that you watch the video if you haven't seen it yet. But I do believe that the information that's contained in this video and others that may be like it that surfaced over the weekend, that came out over the weekend, was the reason why they did this, what they did in Chicago. Why they did what they did in Chicago. All right? You know, and it's funny too, because I was just talking to the beloved brother, the elder from L.A., Barakla, and you know, he was saying that because he had the same battle, and he had them on the ropes and had them to the point where they were forced into mediation, but they came back with some paperwork and they bombarded him with so much of it, but then they didn't give him enough. He didn't have time to respond to it. That seems to be the ploy. They're doing everything in their power to prevent the truth from coming out, but it's coming out anyway, man. And that's what he is about to admit, that this is what they do to suppress information, how they use the media as a weapon to push information that they want pushed and to hide the truth. And this is a Hollywood director saying these things, all right? So without any further ado, let's
bring them for pleasure. This is not a pedophile. These are psychopaths.
Hold on, let's go back a little bit. There we go.
I promise you this is true. Go on YouTube and find Anake Lucas, who was a child sex slave at 6 years old for the elite. And she will describe to you, she also gave a TED Talk on this, but this was in 2016. She talked about the block of wood that she saw with the stains of blood of children on it. The predators are not just raping and having sex and torturing and beating these kids. They're murdering them for pleasure. This is not a pedophile. These are psychopaths. And they have no remorse whatsoever in what they're doing. What we need to do in this world is unify together to protect all life on this planet and the sacredness of children. Because if we are going to make it through this time with all the upheavals that are going to come, socioeconomic, racial, however you want to measure it.
He's right. Those insurrections are coming. Right? The upheavals are coming. They're already here. This orchestrated riot, this orchestrated looting overnight downtown Chicago, which shut down the courts. So now I can't go to court. All right? And I got a feeling that they're going to try to say that I'm out of time. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this thing is going to just continue, man.
This is the unifying issue that the establishment will not give you a movement for. You're going to have to do it on your own. They will give you the Me Too movement because they can make it about hatred of men and weaponize it and make it political. They'll give you the Black Lives Matter movement because they can weaponize it and make it political. They can have Colin...
And that's just it. And now I'm listening to the news, and all they're talking about is how did this get past the police? How did this was orchestrated on social media and blah, 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 blah. And how did this get passed? But why? He just told you. And then more than likely it was Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and it was controlled by them. Because why? Because they can weaponize it. And now this is all people going to be talking about for the next 2 or 3 weeks, while what this very important information that he's talking about is going to get swept under the rug.
Kaepernick, take a knee, divide the country, and he walks away with a check from Nike at a tens of millions of dollars NFL star level deal. While Nike has concentration camps, slave labor camp workers working in China at their factories, also our kids can have their Air Jordans. And Colin Kaepernick says nothing about that. Where are our Martin Luther King Jr.'s and our Malcolm X's? They're in celebrity culture. All of these people who get up and say that we live in an oppressive system are taking checks from white men who are paying them. And why I'm saying this is I'm so angry because it all ties into this abuse of human rights. We have to stop fighting each other and unite for this country and this world for our children. I don't care that Amazon took my movie down. In fact, it tells me that we're doing better than ever before and that this issue is spreading all over. 80 million impressions last month alone on TikTok for Pizzagate, for which if anybody looks into it, I tell them, go look at the New York Times coverage in 2016 and look at how they covered it, and then